Hi, I'm Mark Riccio, CEO of USA Lacrosse. I'm excited to announce the new head coach for our men's senior team, and that is Seth Tierney. Congratulations, Seth. Seth is the head coach at Hofstra University, and he is a member of the two-time gold medal winning U.S. national team men's program, and he's been a longtime supporter of USA Lacrosse. Congratulations, Seth.
Hi everyone, Matt DeSilva here from USA Lacrosse, and I'm joined today by a special guest, the newly named coach of the U.S. men's national team, Seth Tierney. Seth, congratulations on this honor, on being selected as the head coach of the 2027 U.S. men's national team. It must be quite an honor for you.
Yes, as you can imagine, this is an honor, humbling. There's a lot of emotions that are mixed in this, and I couldn't be more thankful to have this opportunity, but also know that this opportunity comes with great responsibility.
I had the honor of being in the U.S. camp in Israel in 2018, in San Diego last summer, and anybody that was a part of that process knew how integral you were to it. What drove you to pursue this opportunity as the head coach, to re-up for a third time, this time in the head coaching capacity?
From the moment that I was told, there was a little bit of Armageddon that kind of went through my head, right? And it was just, your life is flashing before you. There's only been 13 previous coaches in this fraternity of what goes on. To be included with some of these names and have a chance to lead this group of men in the 2027 World Games, it is certainly a pinnacle of what goes on. I've been extraordinarily fortunate, and again, I couldn't thank the people enough, the players, most importantly, those players that were in Israel with us and in San Diego. What they did for me is more than what I did for them.
The other thing we hear athletes talk about is that very first time they put on a USA jersey. What was it like the first time you coached for the U.S. national team?
Yeah, so back in 2014, you get the phone call from Coach Danowski, and he says wants to like to be the offensive coordinator. And again, your wheels start to spin a little bit. And I believe, again, I can't believe it's been a decade, since then. And then the first event is down at the IMG Academy, and you get down there, and you're just like the players. You get this backpack or bag full of clothes, and you start putting it on, and it just feels different, right? It's just the clothes that we're wearing today, you're wearing, I'm wearing. It fits differently. It's just one of those things that it just feels different when you put it on with those three letters, what it represents, how many people that are behind you that are watching. So every shirt, every quarter zip, it just feels different. So just like the players have a jersey, the uniform for us, it feels equally the same, going forward.
So it's all about the swag.
It's not about the swag, but it is about those letters. And I will tell you, when you do put it on and you're getting ready to go to a game, go to a practice, whether it's a quarter zip or a T-shirt or a lanyard that has a flag on it, it just hits a little different. That's all.
You mentioned that it was an arduous process to get here, and I imagine those interviews with the selection committee were not easy and not puff pieces by any stretch. What did you present to them that you believe made your case to be the next head coach of this team? What's your vision for the U.S. national team program?
I felt it was my time. I felt like, after 10 years of learning, of giving the responsibility from Coach Danowski and the rest of the staff of what I've handled, I felt like I had a good grip on what is needed to be successful, right? And so, we talked a lot about that. I would be remiss if I didn't mention relationships. That's a big part of this. Although the games are in 2027, you could probably say they're a month away, because we're only going to be together maybe a month of days before the games start in 27. And you need to maximize your opportunity to build this culture. Coach Danowski laid a lot of the brickwork for this 2027 team, and he needs to know that. And we're going to continue that. Or will there be new challenges? Sure. A new location, new faces, maybe new rules. So we're going to need to attack that, a new staff, and we're going to need to tweak some of those things. But I've enjoyed immensely on what has been built since 2014 all the way through to this moment that I'm on this call with you.
How much do you see yourself as a continuation of what Coach Danowski helped to establish over the last decade?
A lot will be continued. I will come out of the gates and say that because I believe in what Coach Danowski built. I was part of the bricklaying process along with Coach Amplo and Coach Resch in the first time, and then picking up Coach Toomey. So a lot of it is going to be a continuation. Still going to need to freshen up some things. Put your scent on a few items on how we can better this experience for the athletes. As we all know, this is a pillar of U.S. lacrosse. We want to do things in the best way possible, and with technology, with things that are just getting more intricate and better ways to handle our athletes. We're going to look to take that next step in that regard as well. The selection process, again, once we figure out exactly what the new tweaks or rule changes are, then we'll start to, the next steps of putting together a staff that will be an extension of me, as Coach Danowski did as an extension of him. And that's not going to be easy. And then slowly have some events leading up to 2027 to the final selection. There's going to be, we're fortunate in the United States. There's too many guys that could make this team. There's too many coaches that could be on this staff. It's a good problem, but the word problem comes into play, and we're going to need to address that correctly, much like Coach Danowski did.
Well, Seth, I'm sure your colleagues at the PLL and at Hofstra are as thrilled for you as we are to have you back with us for another cycle, this time as the head coach. Again, Seth Tierney, head coach of the 2027 U.S. Men's National Team. Seth, thanks for joining us today.
Matt, if I could just jump in real quick, I just want to thank, I mentioned it earlier, I just want to thank my family. My wife she's an important piece to this and always puts me in positions to be successful. I couldn't thank her enough. And Ryan and Erin, they inspire me every day on how they live their lives. And I couldn't do it without their fuel of what's going on. And certainly to the rest of my family, I couldn't do it without their unwavering support. This is not, maybe on paper, I'm the new head coach, but there's a lot of people that share this office with me. The Hofstra people, the PLL people, and certainly my family. So I want to make sure that I thank them, and my mother and father that are looking down. We did it.
Well, it takes a village, Seth, and we're thrilled to have you all with us. Thank you again.
Thanks, Matt. I appreciate it.